Hare Krishna. See, we're both quick. You quickly went off. I quickly went on. I was all ready to go. Great class there. That was awesome, man. I heard the whole thing, believe it or not. Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah. See how things are developing here? It's just kind of organically, just empowerment, and potency. Truth. Yeah. I like it, man. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Always forget something. I got a new fan, man. It makes all the difference. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Still forget. Okay, we're ready. I think. Let's see. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. You know, when Narayan Raj devotee asked me yesterday, who gave you what Mahabhagavat gave you your name? And I was thinking, name. Everybody's into the name, you know. Instead, you know, when is anybody going to say, where'd you get that feeling, those feelings? Nobody, I don't want to name, Krishna, good name, the world of names, you know. And no, what about these devotional feelings that you never see in this friggin' world? You never see on any of the gurus. None of them, zero. Or they hide them, or who knows, you know. But where'd you get those feelings? Nobody ever asked that. Anyway, that's just kind of how it is. That's how they're trained, you know, intellectual, you know, in all the groups. That's why I say this. I couldn't find anywhere this. All names. They're into the names and etiquettes and all that other stuff, you know. But it's kind of like Lalita was reading this morning. Lord Krishna is playing the part of one of these proud sannyasis, you know, and that's what we usually got in the Varnashram system of Vaishnavism. And he says, you know, you're more advanced in the mercy of Lord Krishna, therefore you're independent of public opinion. These persons are not, because they don't have this special mercy. They don't have the feeling, man. It's a special feeling. It's, you know, you're naturally a relative of Lord Chaitanya, which is not even the demigods can, you know, say such things. It's just very rare to find, you know. And so very hard to understand, but that's what they should be asking more, like, well, where'd you get the feelings, man? Yeah. I brought them into this world because they, you know, I never found them anywhere, not even in the ones that these great gurus that they worship. I didn't see anything like this. They didn't even like these feelings that I had. So for a while, I just relished them myself. You know how it is, Lalita, you know. They call you a demon and stuff, you know. Oh, it's mundane. You're thinking about your father when you chant. Well, yes and no, you know. My Holy Father, Heavenly Father. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So that's my answer, you know. If anybody, you know, if anybody wants to know, where you should be asking, where'd you get those feelings? Because that's why the Lord came here, to show those feelings, man. Because that's the only way to know Krishna. He's inconceivable and unattainable, except by those feelings. That's why it's so hard to understand. People say, well, what Mahabhagavat gave you that name? Yeah, well, man, good luck. I haven't seen one that could give me anything. They didn't give me nothing. I took initiation from all of them, and none of them give the feelings I already had. I was looking for somebody, you know, show me some of these feelings at least, or better, you know. But no, anyway, so I realized this is top notch, and I stand up for them, because this is what's given me a clarity about Chaitanya Leela that I haven't found in any of the gurus. Except Prabhupada, I could tell by his realization, he knows deep stuff. The whole thing. Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhaktivinoda, that's why I accept them. But everybody else, I see there's something not like that. You know, that don't understand the Leela very deeply. You see, and they're all trying to promote themselves as being, the same. So anyway, I haven't accepted. I still don't accept until they can prove to me that because of their these really pure feelings, if they're really, really pure and really right on, you'll understand the Leela as it is, and you can explain it as it is. And those who look at it, if you not into false ego and you want to be bigger, better, and more, and think your guru is, oh, he's the, blah, blah, blah. Luckily, a lot of people coming here don't have that. That's a big obstacle for these guys. Um, you can see is the realization coming from that pure feeling, and if you're really like look at it, you'll see. And that's what I've been looking at. Where is this realizations of many of these gurus and teachers and everything? Where does it give you the pure realization, the deep revelation of that Leela? I only seen here, the only place. So that's why Prabhupada obviously came here to me, because I was in the line, and he said, yeah, okay, you go carry it now carry it further, reveal more. And that's what we do, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it? Look at the effect. Yeah, people getting it. And there are going to be a lot of reject, like that Narayan Raj, he'll probably reject. Oh, I've just been through this so many times with them, they're just, they're really kind of like ISKCON, really stuck in their ways, not ready to move. They'll probably, they probably just stay their whole life like, they are. Okay, fine. And those who Krishna wants to come here will come here. And actually the only chance, the real chance for them, and even if he hears this, the real chance is my students better not get too close to me, because you'll just flip out. You go crazy. You just can't understand, because the way you're taught by Narayan Raj or Radhakund Babaji's or any of the ISKCON, better to go to my students. It's your best chance of understanding, really, because you get too close. You've been trained in another way, not in the natural way, not by a natural devotee. The reason why many people get this here is either the Lord really, gives it the understanding to come and learn. You have the openness. Okay, that's why you can get it. But the others, they're so, they've been trained a certain way, just like hard to change, and that's really the problem. Yeah. So the best thing is, if anybody coming, they come to you guys and learn. Otherwise, you'll flip out coming too close here. Hear from the witnesses what it's doing in their lives by being here. See, otherwise you're trained in another way. You can't understand the Leela of Lord Chaitanya is the deepest thing. These gurus can't understand it. They can't. That's why they can't give what's being given here, because they can't understand what's going on in the real Leela. What's going on in the real Leela is going on here. And you can check it. I mean, you guys can check it, but they can't, because, they're training. It's all name stuff, all in the name. Not the feelings, they never put any emphasis on. All was suppressing, hiding. They can't even go through the purification yet, most of them, to get the release of the old, the exorcism of all that hatred and anger. And they don't even know how to deal with it. Yeah. So very fortunate people are coming here, like you guys. And, it's destiny. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah. Krishna. Well, that's what they're trained to, like who gave you the name and the neck beads, and it's just so external. Even with these Raganuga Sanghas. Yeah, I'm a servant of Vrindavan, but yeah, really. Where's the feeling, man? That's the serving, is a feeling, ecstatic feeling. Where are the tears of the residents of Vrindavan? Where's the ecstasy? Where's the laughter? The holy life? It's like you could see Lalita when she's explaining, oh, wow, given Vrindavan, you could see the person's experiencing these things. Okay? This is what I have to put up with for years. People like this, they don't understand. And how do you explain it to people? They won't really listen, they just, well, we were trained a different way, and our training is the right way. Did you get the prema like Lalita did? Well, no, we didn't know that was important. Well, it is. In this Sangha here, we teach what's really important, and that's important to me. It's important to my Lord, and it's important to my friends and students here. They seem to like these feelings. You never ask me who gave you your name. Well, we want to know who gave you the feeling. Where'd your feeling come? I mean, this is the Leela. Lord Chaitanya said, those who awaken devotion to Krishna. Wasn't devotion to Krishna a feeling? Where did he say, those who give you the name? No, those who awaken devotion to Krishna, certainly the spiritual master. See, devotion, feeling, feeling, feeling. Okay? Nobody thinks. Here, 20 years with Narayan Maharaj, personal servant and everything. So thank you very much, Ayan, for your instruction. See, your example is an instruction for everybody. So, get over the false ego if you got any. Probably do. Everybody does. Yeah. What was my point? I had a good point on this one. Wanted to apologize first. What was that point? Yeah, where was I going with this, Lolita?
The name. Who gave you the name?
Who gave me the name? Yeah. Yeah, so it's the feeling thing that's important.
Yeah.
The pure feeling, because none of us could muster this up on our own. You can't even muster up feelings in Maya. This is all by association and being a natural devotee of illusion. This is what comes from bonding with illusion. You get material feelings. So when you're bound to the transcendental Lord, you have spiritual feelings. It's spontaneous, it's natural. Yeah. And that's what you really know. Where'd you get the feeling? So it's either, well, I got it by like you, right? You had the awakening from this association from your guru. For me, it was, well, I've always kind of been like that. Just all I did was have to meet the Bible and meet the book, Bhagavats, and it awakened just naturally. And that's why devotees are sent. It did that with Bhakti Vinod. It just naturally awoke in him when he contacted the book Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And boom, Anurag, they call it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. So what's going on here is really high. So you got to really kind of protect it, because people don't understand it and they'll try to convince you otherwise. They think, oh, what is this? And so anyway, people can topple down by association, unfavorable association. So that's why I try to, I do put an emphasis on Siddhanta too. You need to learn this, because these people will come up with false arguments. And if you believe them and you can't counter them, you can tricky arguments, stuff like that. But, anyway, that's why the longer people are here, the better, the more you start to get it, and then they'll give you all these tricky false arguments and you'll laugh at them. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Yeah, waking the Lord in the heart. That was the mission of Lord Chaitanya, and that's our mission too. And this has the approval of Prabhupada and the blessing of Krishna. So we can't go wrong. Can only go right in their eyes by doing this. So and so that's what I told that devotee. I said, listen, this is your test to see if you have real spiritual greed developed, because that's what we are, is the test for that. Do you really want this feeling? That's Vrindavan. Do you want these emotions? Because then you'll understand Krishna. Otherwise, you can't understand it by name only and by etiquettes and external teachings and memorizing Rupa Goswami's poetry and no, the feeling. You have to have that awakening, and that awakening is our work here. And if he or anybody else is not willing to put in the time to hear real carefully, to really listen to see if this is really real, because I'm not into blind believers either. I want people to understand what's being taught here, how extraordinary it is, how unusual it is, how rare it is. But that's why you call Gaur Das, Bhaktivedanta and all these things, because you heard long enough to see there's something extraordinary here. These persons, who gave you your name? Yeah. Well, hey man, I'd rather get that name from my disciples because they heard long enough. You want to know? You need to know. You need to hear like them. Then you'll find out. Otherwise, you'll never know. Well, I'll let my disciples give me a name out of appreciation and of the extraordinary transformation that happened in their lives by this association. Let them give the name. Why do I need a Mahabhagavat? I'd rather have somebody that's been transformed, because nobody even knows what a Mahabhagavat is. They think it's something in their minds that they speculate on. No, Mahabhagavat is somebody who awakens devotion to Krishna, not only in themselves, but in others who believe and hear from them long enough and assist them in the transformation like that. That's proof. It's already, that's what you people should be looking for. And that devotee needs to be looking for. He should watch this class. It's his chance to figure out what's really going on and hear more and more. And then, because even Narayan Raj was teaching, you got to hear. Well, let's put in the time here, find out. And you'll understand what you never learned. And I never learned this stuff I spent 1.5 years listening to class. None of this touches on what I've been teaching here. None. Zero. That's how it'd be a new experience for you, that guy, Ion, and anybody else who comes, if you put in the time. If not, you don't have enough spiritual greed. Go out there and do your rules and regulations and etiquettes and all that stuff. Fine. And just keep a little eye on what's going on in our Sangha and look at the extraordinary advancement the devotees are getting here. In one day, they're doing months or even years of progress. Because that's how it is. When the mercy is given, it's a gift, and you go through fast transformation, as you see. But if a person doesn't think it pay it any mind, or they think they've got the greatest thing and their guru is the ultimate and the only and all of this, and nobody, because that's the way he preached. And that's why he's the only acharya, actually. There's no other acharya after him right now. So if that's what you think, I'm here to make acharyas. You guys are becoming acharyas. You'll be able to awaken this bhakti for Krishna after this course. I'm not here just to be the only acharya for 10,000 years, right? That's what they were. Oh, Prabhupada's the acharya for 10 years. Narayan Maharaj acharya for, you never be anyone like him. Yeah, well, we're here to change things around, because there's extraordinary mercy flowing through this Sangha. Lord Chaitanya's real mercy is here. The real gift of real ecstatic devotion is here. All you have to do is go through the purification, man. Just do the garage sale, man. Just dump that crapola out that you believed in before. And that goes for everything you learned before. All that intellectual stuff, that these guys learn in these groups. Just come and learn and be able to, you got to relish your way into understanding Krishna. Taste your way into this, right? You see, you have to really relish this. And your understanding gets deeper, 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 deeper. Forever. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama This is Narottam Das Thakur, Paratan Prayers. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Jesus. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Srivasari Gaura Bhaktivinda. When will that opportune moment come to us? When there will be shivering of the body as soon as we chant Lord Gauranga's name. While chanting Hare Krishna, when will there be tears in my eyes? When will that opportune moment come to us? When there will be shivering in the body as soon as we chant Gauranga's name. When, while chanting Hare Krishna, when will there be tears in the eyes? When will I obtain the mercy of Lord Nityananda, Nityananda Chandra? When by his mercy will I desire, the desire for material enjoyment become very insignificant? When the mind is completely purified, being freed from material anxieties and desires, then I shall be able to understand Vrindavan and the conjugal of Radha. And Krishna, and then my spiritual life will be successful. When shall I be very much eager to study the books left by the Goswamis, headed by Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami? By their instruction, I shall be able to properly understand the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. My only aspiration is to attain the lotus feet of the 6 Goswamis, headed by Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. Nardas Das constantly prays to attain their feet, their lotus feet. O Radha and Krishna, this person presents an appeal before you. You are both very charming and full of nectar, and your hearts are full of compassion. My lords, please listen to my request. O dark complexion Krishna, O dark complexion Krishna, O moon of Gokul, O dark complexion Krishna, O moon of Gokul. O dark complexion Krishna, O moon of Gokul, O lover of the gopis, O lover of the gopis, O lover of the gopis. O golden complexion Radha, O golden complexion Radha. O crest jewel of the gopis, who are so dear to Krishna. O crest jewel of the gopis, who are so dear to Krishna. Please hear my glorification of your transcendental virtues. Please hear my glorification of your transcendental virtues. And please accept the offering of my entire life I place before you. And please accept the offering of my entire life I place before you. Please let my appeal touch your ears. O my lords, the narration of your transcendental glories. O my lords, the narrations of your transcendental glories is like a ferry boat which enables the devotees to cross beyond the 3 material worlds. O my lords, the narrations of your transcendental glories is like a ferry boat which enables the devotees to cross beyond the 3 material worlds. O my lords, you are very merciful to this fallen, misdirected person. Please listen to the appeal from the mouth of your devotee. Let his words touch your ears. Please do not neglect me. O my lords, the narration of your transcendental glories is like a ferry boat which enables the devotees to cross beyond the 3 worlds. O my lords, you are very merciful to this fallen. You are very merciful to this fallen, misdirected person. Please listen to this appeal from the mouth of your devotee. Let his words touch your ears. Please do not neglect me. O Radha, all glories to you. O Radha, all glories to you. O Radha, all glories to you. O Radhe, all glories to you. O Radha, all glories to you. O Radha, all glories to you. O Radhe, all glories to you. O Krishna, O Krishna, O Krishna, all glories to you. O Krishna, All glories to you. O Radha, all glories to you. Narottam Das places folded hands upon his head and falls to the ground before you. Please fulfill the desires of his heart. Narottam Das places his folded hands upon his head and falls down to the ground before you. Please fulfill the desires of his heart. Please fulfill the desires of his heart. O Lord Hari, O Lord Hari, Lord Hari, how slow I am. I refuse to worship your lotus feet of Radha and Krishna in Vrajabhumi even for half a moment. I refuse to worship the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna in Vrajabhumi even for a half a moment. And I'm completely unable to understand the mellows of transcendental love.
Thanks for using.
Even for half a moment, I will not worship the lotus feet of Swarup Damodar Goswami, Srila Sanatan Goswami, and Sri Rupa Goswami, Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, and Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Srila Bhatta Goswami, and Sri Bhargava Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Lokanath Goswami. How will it be possible for me to attain my desire? Among the devotees, Krishnadas Kaviraj is extremely expert in relishing the transcendental nectar of the mellows of love of God. When the stones hear his Chaitanya Charitamrita and Govinda Lilamrita, they begin to melt in ecstasy. In spite of this, I cannot appreciate him within my heart. Furthermore, I refuse to even associate with the friends and companions of these great souls. How sad is my tale. I have spent my life uselessly. Fie on this Narottam Das. Yeah. See, I refuse to associate with the companions of these devotees. And that's the essence. That's the obstacle facing most devotees. They refuse to associate with the companions who have also the transcendental mellows. Those are the only companions of those devotees. That's why you need a living devotee in this world. Otherwise, you never, you won't make it. You won't associate. You're one of the refusers. You're the hesitators. See, I refuse. That is the only door. You have to associate with the living devotees who are actually the real companions and associates of these kinds of devotees because they relish mellows. That's where you learn. But usually I found in these groups like this, they refuse to associate with people who really relish mellows. And they refuse. Yeah. False ego there is hard to get through. Yeah. It's like the Pharisees, they wouldn't want to associate with Jesus. No, we know everything about God. Okay? No, only when you can pray in ecstasy. Okay? Even in your chanting is like a prayer in ecstasy, a longing. It's like this chapter is about longing for Krishna. Yeah. Beautiful. See, he's basically just doing like Lord Chaitanya did also. Lord Chaitanya would also put himself in the position as a conditioned soul to preach to others. Oh, I, I refuse to. How many? The whole world, they refuse to associate with liberated souls, even by hearing the chanting by devotees who chant these verses, and whose hearts do melt when they hear these verses. They refuse. Okay? Or they don't know the value of it. They don't know the value of it. So this is always, see, it's always teaching the same thing. Come through the door, the devotees, the ecstatic devotees of the door. Yeah. That's where you learn about the real Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it's just all a bunch of names. It's just your name only. Okay? Who gave you your name? Yeah. Yeah. You got to find those devotees, like it says in this verse, follow in the footsteps of the verses who relish transcendental mellows. It's the only way. Only those persons is God in, and they're in the Lord, and the Lord is in them. Okay. Otherwise, it's all in name only. That's why ultimately it comes down who will prove to the world that God is in them. Yeah? Well, let's see the mellows, man. Let's see your relish in some mellows. Let's see your ecstasies. Otherwise, what? Do we got to be doubtful? I got to be doubtful, that you're really the real deal? I'm sorry. To me, I don't like blind. Do you like blind belief? I like to see something for real, man, yeah. Where is it? Show us the jewel. Otherwise, it's hidden. Yeah. I want the jewel, man. Somebody, that's why people are coming here. They want that. They want that jewel. Others who don't have that understanding, they just want some name, which Mahabhagavat gave you a name? See, like they're all over the place, Mahabhagavats. Well, where's that Mahabhagavat that I could see that had the feeling? I didn't. It was all big secret or something. Or maybe it wasn't even there. Who knows? All they gave me was to look at the realizations, but the realizations weren't that impressive. The only realizations I really impressed was his Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhakti Vinod. And even if people translate some of their work, sometimes it's, I can see. That's if you're not going to show the emotion, you got to show at least the revelation and realization. So people can analyze here that way too. If you don't accept the emotion, okay, fine. Why not look at the realization and check it? See, but I found most devotees can do neither. Most Vaishnavas trained in ISKCON and Gaudiya Smiti and Gaudiya Math can't do that. Isn't that funny? They can't appreciate and accept the emotion, and they can't even accept the realization. What is that telling me? This is what I went on a journey since 1980 to see. What does that mean? It means rarity. This is rare. Because you see the emotion and you see it backed up in the realization. You can even check it. See, this is the true meaning here of Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. The true meaning, not a word meaning. No. Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, backed up by Bhakti Vedanta. Real Vedanta because of real, pure Bhakti. It's the only way to know. The only way to understand the inconceivable and unattainable one is in this way. Just like what I said is extraordinary. But if you're just still in the world of names and intellectual understanding, you can't. You have to really desire the truth, and then maybe you'll, come and listen long enough to be purified to understand. To South India, to free the impersonalists. And now she is traveling. Yeah. Not only,
He's right. He's right.
yeah. Traveling around the internet.
Yeah, but the impersonalists,
Yeah.
Vaidis, they think they are believing in personalism, but when they see the Lord in a person, they don't accept.
Yeah. They don't accept. They don't know, and because it hasn't been taught, it's in the books, so it just needs to be extracted at a certain point. See, it's extract. That's what Jesus. He extracted what was already in the Old Testament. Saint Paul did the same thing. He extracted from the Old Testament the essence. Lord Chaitanya, the same thing. They're all devotees, and I'm doing the same thing. Because of this, it's proof. It proves each other. The proof that this is real bhakti is you can extract the essence of the Vedas, see, and present that to the world, and you see it's extraordinary. And the proof that there's real ecstasy is because of that presentation. So you see both are, see, that's the real Godhead is expressed in this world on this plane in Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Otherwise you can't realize these. That's why the Vedas are here. That's why devotees come. See, devotee is Guru. The Vaishnavas, the Sadhus, they're part of the confirmation and the expression of the Godhead in this world. There's no other word. The Lord, the transcendental Lords, is inconceivable and unattainable except by Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Okay? So whoever meets, see, when you meet a real devotee and they preaching confidential things like this, you got the true meaning of Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, because sadhus will be made in that association. Sadhu is somebody that has love of God. That's Madhyamadikari at least. See, and as you keep relishing and tasting, what happens? Your understanding matures more and more to the Uttam stage. Okay? And then you can convince others if they're convincible. Those who are really looking, you can present things in a way that will attract them and purify them and raise their consciousness. Okay? That's why it takes a lot of ecstatic worship for a long time. And then you're ready. That's why I got Prabhupada came after years. I was worshiping in ecstasy for years. Then he came and gave the order. And Krishna appeared. See, it was certain timely. So this is the real deal stuff, See, furthermore, I refuse to associate with friends and companions of these great souls. How sad is my tale? So a person who has devotional mellows is one of those associates that you read about that have devotional mellows. So you find a living devotee, and people usually refuse to associate with them. Okay? Why? Because they're associating with those who don't have devotional mellows. And a lot of times they're fooled. This is called religion. You're fooled by really inexperienced persons that don't have these mellows, and you're fooled to think they're guru. They're Mahabhagavats even. But they don't prove that they have these mellows. And proving proof. It's just, see, people, like in the world of crypto, they have this thing about trust. You just got to trust that the people are handling the affairs right. People are dealing with money correctly, with wealth, right? You got to trust in the government, right? And the government we know is corrupt. They've been so corrupt, man. They've been stealing in the hands and everything. So the same thing in religion. People expect, well, we got to just trust these authorities. Okay? Oh, it doesn't matter, just trust that they're qualified and everything. Just blind belief. Okay? That's a stage, it's just you're not capable and you got to just trust. But there's often corruption in religion. Well, there's always corruption in religion. That's why it's called religion. That's why Krishna abandoned it. Yeah. See? So actually in crypto, They found a better way. It's called proof of work. See? Now that's what we do in religion, in Vaishnavism now. This here is called proof of work. See? Does it work? Trust in bullshit. What? Trust that these guys are Uttamadikaris? Bullshit. I ain't doing that. I want to trust in work. Let's see the work, man. Let's see the deed. Where's the tears? Where's the ecstasy? Where's the realization that comes if that's really pure? Where is your realization? Present it to the Vaishnavas, man. A lot of them are presenting it to the Vaishnavas, but they said, well, we got to hide the feelings, but we'll present this, our realizations. And I found a lot of speculation. They don't agree what's really in there. That's what I've seen. See, so crypto is they're thinking, hey man, why should we depend on a corrupt government? I say the same thing. Why should you depend on corrupt religious Vaishnavism? Why not proof of work now? You know, proof of stake they call it too. Proof of stake. Come on, stake your investment on this. See, stake it on this, and proof of work is okay. Is the ecstasy here, and is the knowledge here, the knowledge. The real knowledge that agrees with the verdict of the revealed scriptures, like chapter 3, Anadi Lila. Okay? Does your understanding agree with the vision of the revealed scriptures? Okay? And the only one time that would not happen if you're in Vaishnavism is if you're blinded by wanting to be guru. Okay? Wanting to be the teacher. See, wanting to be on top. See, you're not really. You want you want to prove your own understanding, which is not really good. See, you can't prove it. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm reading in these this Goswami books. I don't think you have it there. So this is Narottam's book. What's it called? Parata. Yeah, Puratana. Yeah. So now we're into this here. If anybody wants to learn, you got to go by proof of work. Let's see the works. See? Because if it's the works of God and spontaneous love, you'll see the symptoms of works of God. There'll be this ecstasy and this uncommon Krishna conscious revelation and realization on the scriptures. You won't see any other devotees unless they're also like that, presenting anything. Everything will be canned, stereotyped, same old, tradition in the box. See? The real Vaishnava is outside the box. See? They're genius. Why? Because they have spontaneous devotional love for God. Yeah. And their understanding, their purports will be uncommon like this. That's why I always like Prabhupada's stuff. It's very deep, often, unless he's talking to neophytes. So the treasure of love of God has descended from the spiritual world of Goloka Vrindavan, appearing in this world as the Sankirtan movement of chanting Lord Hari's names. Why am I not attracted to it? Day and night I burn from the poison of material existence, but still I refuse to take the antidote. Yeah. See, chanting, that's the Sankirtan movement. See, love of God. Where do you see love of God in the chanting of the holy names? See, that's called prema bhakti. See, that's the real Sankirtan movement, is when you chant the holy names, ecstatic devotion awakens. Okay. Or you chant the pastimes, ecstatic devotion awakens. See, like Lalita. Very nice readings. See, she reads the pastime, chants the name, ecstatic devotion. That's the real. Now you know what the real Sankirtan movement. Now, is that understanding agree with the Vedas? On the level of the Goswami Narottam? You see? If you really have love of God, you can explain things that agree with the verdicts of the revealed scriptures. I'll read it again. It is so important. And this is what they don't preach. Those who don't have real love of God, they can't preach it according to the Vedas like this. These are the symptoms you need to be looking for. The treasure of love of God has descended from the spiritual world of Goloka, Vrindavan, appearing in this world as the Sankirtan movement of chanting the Lord Hari's holy names. You see how that works? It descended from Goloka. That shows you cannot manifest this. You're either sent here and you start the Sankirtan movement like Lord Chaitanya and then distribute it. See, that's why it's the mercy how you attain this. You have to find it from where it has it's descending. This is the descending process. When you meet a devotee who chants the holy names in great ecstatic devotion, now and they teach you how to do that and relish these mellows. There you go. You found the real Sankirtan movement. You've received the descent from Goloka. Okay? Otherwise, you won't know. Okay? So we got to see where are the symptoms of this chanting in ecstasy now. I mean, this is the revival time. This is the preaching of Nartam. See, it's not just, you notice, see that is just a name for most devotees, just names. They don't see the experience. They don't know what it is. But you see, I'm commenting, you see, that's the name and that's the feeling you see here. Devotees are ecstatically blissful. That's the real Sankirtan movement. You got to see the name and the understanding and the ecstasy. It all goes together. It's what liberates souls. Anybody coming into this association is so easily liberated by this vibration, by this frequency. It's such a high one. It's the descent of Goloka manifested in this world. That's why it's so rare. You know, people, that's why they ask. It's redundant to ask, well, what Bhagavad gave you your name? You're still in the world of names. You're not seeing the whole picture. But you got to come here and learn and see and experience and get purified. See? Then you say, oh, I see. Where do I see the symptoms of this descent of this from Goloka? That symptoms of that being in this world now. That's what they saw with Lord Chaitanya. That's what you're seeing here. You're seeing the holy name chanted with great ecstatic love. And the understanding coming from that. And standing up for that and that glorification of that path, that rare path that nobody knows. That these Narayan Raj devotees show that they don't know. They're all still interested in the names and not the full descent. You know, they're not looking for the symptoms. So anyway, this is what we're here to establish is the names and the symptoms and what they mean, you know, decode all of these scriptures so people can understand them. Otherwise, they don't know where to look. They don't know what they're looking for. They don't know. They're looking for, okay, where's the descent from Goloka? Because that's what it'll be. God's mercy will be here through a sun. Where is it radiating, man? Where is this sun radiating of this relishing the love of God by chanting the holy names? It's that simple. Otherwise, there's no descent from Goloka. Then there's no spiritual bhakti. So what is the point? It's just religion and speculation and rules and regulations and Pharisee stuff. So it's time to give more than being a Brahmin and etiquettes and all. No, where the descent is here in our Sangha of chanting the holy names in ecstasy. And understanding these, you know, this. So, you want to share something there, Shama-san? Go ahead.
Hey, Hare Krishna.
Your mic is coming today, by the way.
Yes?
Yes. Look for it.
Wow. Not so much to say, just this presence of holy name and the feelings which I get from it. It's deeper and more presence, and it costs me the feeling I am like, oh my God, how lucky I am, because it's so supportive, it's so condense. It holds me in one piece, It's
Yeah.
literally this is like, I don't know, like base, and then everything can happen, and it doesn't affect me, and it feels more than before. So I have my theory. I will repeat it. I have this impression that I listen to you, it works, and then I have to go through storm, through some purification. Something has to collapse in my life, There must be some troubles which cost me so much, and then I change, and then I come back before, but I'm different, and this relationship is also different. So I experience this over and over and over and over and over again, and I feel lucky. I am lucky.
Yeah. And that's how you're going to actually help people understand, is by you going through these things. Everybody here, you teach the process. Otherwise, because everybody's got to go through this too, more or less, depending on, what they got to go through. Because otherwise you'll just stay a Vaidhi, external devotee, because you can't get purge this stuff. I met a lady yesterday who was interested in what I was doing. And when I was preaching, she listened in the restaurant. She was like, she says, "Oh, what are you a spiritual teacher?" And then we talked. I gave her, yeah. I said, yeah, and I shared, and she says, "I'm going through." She's going through these ayahuasca. A lot of people doing that stuff here. Ayahuasca, peyote stuff. So she's going ayahuasca, and then they got this frog stuff. They put frog venom in it,
Poison.
and yeah, poison. And they're just. She says, yeah, all this stuff is coming out, and that's what has to happen here. People have to. The purging is. We don't need the frog poison and all that. We got this. It's actually this is like poison when you're not purified. And even the Goswami said, if it's distasteful for you to be in Vrindavan and to chant these names and everything, that's good. Keep with it, because you're just poisoned. See, and that's anybody that's going through aversion here and everything, because like karuna and stuff. Well, that's poison, and it has to come out. That's a aversion, because for us it's very sweet, these things, and that's because we're getting cured. See, so this is the process. The anybody in ISKCON or even Gaudiya Samiti, they got to go through this, because they haven't. They still, they just carrying it, and that's why they can't get into this love of God, and why it's a goal for like many lifetimes. Here you have, because this is here, and I'm here, and you're here. You guys are going through this stuff and getting the result of this ever deepening devotion. You're showing the world how they're going to actually be able to do this. Otherwise, they won't. They'll just stay, and they stay more or less as they are, and just kind of inch their way through life. Even in religion, how many people just stay religion? They stay like Pharisees or Brahmins their whole lives, and they die a Brahmin and a Pharisee, religious person, without this transformation. So anyway, that is possible here in this Sangha and nowhere else that I've seen. I mean, to such a quick way. So thank you for, going through this. Must be
Thank
worth
you.
it. Krishna is very attractive. Radha and Krishna. Oh man, this worship is. So anyway, we're here to encourage ourselves, each other, and the world too. People, you can come if you can figure out what we're doing and how great it is. That's the witness. Standing up. Standing up for what we're doing, committed to it, dedicated to it, and help people understand what is generally not available. This is not just available anytime. That's what I'm doing. I'm just getting real out there with it. You see what I just tell people what I realized. whether they like it or not. At least it creates a little dialogue. Now, some of these Narayan Raj devotees are confronting me. At least they're, looking over here, Before they just pay no mind, it's like ignore. Ignoring means ignorance is going to stay around. See? Yeah. All right.
Now they are checking you out.
Yeah, checking it out. Why does this guy seems a little bit bold, man? Yeah. So Lord Krishna, the Prince of Raj, has appeared as Lord Chaitanya, the son of Sachi Devi, and Lord Balaram appeared as Lord Nityananda. Those who were most fallen and degraded have become lifted from their fallen condition by the chanting of the holy name of Lord Hari. The story of Jagai and Madai testifies to the truth of this. See, Lord Krishna appeared as Lord Chaitanya. So people were chanting the holy name before that, but it became effective because of the association. Yeah, that's why it's so important. Why your association is so important to others. Can you imagine? I have disciples where I can say that your association is most important to others. See, because if they chant in your association, they'll start to get a feeling. And some of you probably already noticed that out there. People are starting to feel this bij, this attraction, because of your association, becoming attracted to Krishna. Without being actually spontaneously attracted to Krishna, you can't attract them to this level. See? That's why Vaidis, they can attract people to the level of coming to follow rules, regulations, maybe, if some people want it. But this is only if you have the feeling, the bij, the Bhakti Lata bij. This makes Krishna have taste. It's beyond Vaidi. I remember I went to a Raganuga Sangha and I became Vaidi attracted. I lost my Raganuga or my spontaneous devotion because I went to a Raganuga Sangha and I got Vaidi attraction. Amazing, huh? But that's what's going on. Everything is kind of convoluted. People, this is Raganuga, and you go there and you get Vaidi attraction. And I did. I became very attracted to chant 1 lakh, and dry. It was always dry, and everything dry. Even my appearance, white, a white bead bag. My realization was gone, because of lack of real bhakti. It's like that girl I told you. She went and took initiation, and she lost her feeling for Krishna. And her guru said, I just took it away so you can preach. Anyway, that was not my interest in the way. Anyway, back on track. And so anyway, I realized from this experience how important this work is. And obviously Prabhupada did too, because that's why he came. Yeah. These realizations. Yeah, go ahead there. Go ahead there, Shama-san.
I remember after my initiation, I lived near to the temple, and I really got this feeling that I want to eat the eye, like it was. I was squeezed from inside. I could smell this, I just had such a desire for to eat the eye, and I didn't know what to do, because it was forbidden. I just didn't know, and I tried to push it away. But then I wrote the letter to my guru, and I said, "Hey, look, I have this problem. I have this desire. I really cannot stand it, And I didn't get permission. I got really.
What was the desire for what?
To eat some. Eggs. Sorry, eggs. I wanted to eat eggs.
Oh.
I speak German. Sorry. I want to eat eggs. Like I hold it for months. I couldn't. I just need it. I didn't eat eggs for
Yeah.
many years, and then just came it, and I didn't know what to do because I was strict to follow the rules.
And he
And he
said, no
became
eggs for you.
very mad, very mad. No, he sent me links when Prabhupada is explaining why you cannot eat eggs, and so on and so on. And I
Yeah,
thought
you
like
see,
it was
that's
my
the
need,
whole
you know.
thing. Yeah, that's the whole thing. See, that this kind of bhakti is doesn't matter. It's like it's kind of like, you know what it's like. It's very similar to what they're doing in the world. You can look at, like, Biden says, everybody should get the vaccine because it's the rule. Okay, everybody should get it. Now, don't take into consideration anything else that person may have need not to take it for a reason. If you everybody just conform and do it, well, that's the Vaishnava saying. Everybody, no eggs for you. Everybody means even though your body may actually need it or may be accustomed to that kind of eating because of your makeup in nature and your lack of protein or whatever it is, because it's the rule here, you cannot do it. See, so one size fits all. See, so that's why you see I'm not here if you want to learn that stuff, go to Narayan Raj and go to ISKCON and go to Math. And if you like to just do that uncompromising rule thing, that doesn't take anything in consideration of how you feel, what you need, all that. You can't even take responsibility for that. Then go out there and just take that kind of fatherly type thing. That's like going to the government. Government, just run my life. Isn't that basically so this is a little bit like that. Just they're the government for you. Govern my life. Tell me just what rule, whether I want to do it or don't want to do it, or even though my heart says not to do it, I will just go against my heart because you are the government.
Yeah, I
And
was
one size fits all.
very miserable because from one side I thought like I founded the jewel, the Krishna, this is it. And then I was thinking inside my heart, oh my God, I can really not eat those things. I really have to cover myself with these clothes, I always wear the leggings, and right now I have to cover myself in this big, dress. And I didn't feel it, it's not me. I am chica. I cannot do this.
Yeah, I know you, chica. Yeah. Yeah, so we operate a little bit differently here. It's just more natural.
And then they blame you. They blame you that you don't want align yourself.
Yeah,
It's
see,
so
again, it's
not your culture.
Yeah, it's all names. They're only interested in names and rules and external
clothes,
clothes and all that. And what are we interested in? Oh, feeling. We're interested in the just the verse that I actually just showed you. It's like the descent. See, the internal, the essence, not the friggin' name and the to do rules. And okay, that's fine for beginners. And then no, what is the essence of the verse is, where is the descent of the holy name chanted with love of God? I mean, that verse, that sentence is everything to me. Not what rule. If you like that verse, doesn't matter what rule. That if you like what I like, you're going to get the result of what I like, because I like fine things. I mean, really fine, connoisseur. I don't even like to hear things that are even a fraction off. I like it perfect. These verses are perfect, like the perfect revelation and realization. See? But these, those who are like focused on external bhakti, they can't see its glories. See? But that's the way these acharyas were seen. You see, 500, he wrote that beautiful verse. Why did he write it if it wasn't unimportant? And important to really know. This is what the Bible is, even full of essence. You could see some of these prophets were real prophets, and God really spoke through them, man. And you could feel it, man. That's why I love bhakti, man. I'm dedicated. It's the only thing I find any value in. I don't want to even hear from people who don't have real bhakti. I mean, I see how they're lost. They're lost in this ocean of illusion, man. It's a big ocean here. And only this devotion will save you. And only by connecting with devotees and learning the true science of devotion, to the Lord, that will you be really saved. Otherwise, I see everybody floating around in this universe here, lost in speculations. And there are people looking at them, great teachers, and okay, fine. Doesn't do anything for it. Doesn't add it unless you're a devotee. That's why if there's a devotee in Christianity and they actually have love of God, I like it. I learned because they got realizations. It's a contribution. That's the way the Lord is thinking. That's why I just tell you the Lord how he feels. He shows me how he feels. He teaches me these things. He shows me these intimate things. I love it, man. I love this, and I stand up for this, and I'll teach this to anybody. But if you don't care to learn here, well, too bad for you, man. Go out your way. Go think you know. Go to Narayan Raj. Hey, man, everything that Narayan Raj taught, this is the test for it. Do you have this real sacred greed? Because you'll learn here what wasn't taught over there, even to his highest devotees. I didn't see any symptoms of what is gotten here. I've seen his highest devotees turn their face from me. I thought, what do they know? These are the highest devotees in the Narayan Raj group. So if you don't like it, whoever, too bad for you. I stand for this, man. I love this. I learned by going a year and a half in Narayan Maharaj's group and losing this to know the difference between this and that and the Radhakund Babaji's and all of this. And I'm with this and I'm preaching this like this. And I'm taking everybody that wants to go where I'm going or where I'm at right now because this is a fantastic place. It is the greatest taste. Lalita knows, and you're at the beginning. You know this, how great this is.
Guru
And that's what
Maharaj,
yes.
you have so much
Yes,
experience with this Vaidis and Krishna consciousness people. I have just plenty, I have just plenty, but I met people in India, in Radhakund, in Poland, and from ISKCON. And I have to say one thing. This was this was very bad experience, This was a very polluted experience. They were really worse than material people because in name of God, they were like, it was ugly, on many levels, on control level, sexual level. It was just pretending level. It was really experience, like I don't want to have anything to do. Just give me holy name.
It's very beginning.
My guru.
It's very beginning, and it's in all religions. It's all of them. I mean, like people say, well, Buddhism is so great and everything. I lived in Dharamsala, and I get all these complaints from women when I go into the coffee shop, and the women, this nice Buddhist going around like this, and as soon as I walked past him, he grabbed my tit.
I have the same experience with Buddhists. He slapped my ass. I was climbing on Adam's Peak on Sri Lanka, and Buddhist was a campaign. And suddenly he's just catch my ass, and I was like, what the fuck,
Stuff like
we were
that.
just in the temple,
Yeah.
One experience with Buddhists.
Yeah, this is religion, and this was in Vaishnavism too. Look at all this pedophilia stuff, all crazy shit going on. All material motives. They can't get over it. So forgive them, Father. They don't know what they're doing. So, that's just how it is. That's why this is like taking off a tight pair of shoes coming here. You can be yourself, and it doesn't matter. What matters here is the essence. The essence is if you come here and just listen, I don't care what you eat, what you don't eat, what rule you follow, don't. If you come here and you like these talks, and you like this crazy behavior, and you like these revelations, you're going back to Godhead. That's simple, man. That's how much spiritual power is here. People don't like it. They don't believe it. These Narayan Raj devotees don't, no, it can't be like that. No. Well, too bad for you. We'll go there. We'll be there. We'll be relishing this happiness. And you just keep an eye over here, and we'll show you that this is real, and this is more powerful than what you were learning in name only. all these names and who is this and who is that and memorizations and all that. We just go and taste our way back to God. We just relish all this juice. You know, the prema is here, man. The descent of love of God and chanting the names is here. The whole thing, the holy name, whole name, it's here in this Sangha. You know, and it makes all the difference. It's all spiritual power is here, all that. That's what Jesus was thinking. Hey, man, he had the monopoly on the holy name, and the same thing here. Unless you've got the whole name, man, you can't deliver people like people are being delivered here. You can't give the gift of ecstatic devotion. You can't put people through the purification that's needed so that they can chant like this. You know, hey, man. So a lot of people, they get very angry about, you know, that how dare you say, well, hey man, I'm committed to this. I've been around. You think I'm an inexperienced devotee? I've been going to Vrindavan for 30 years. I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of gurus. I've took initiation from a lot of them too, because they're all saying they're better than the other. I thought, okay, let's check it out. You know? Yeah. It always circled back to the starting point. I had it from the very beginning. You know, it's so funny, man. You have to sometimes go on a journey to find out how good you had it in the beginning. See? And with Prabhupada, when I met Jesus and Prabhupada through their book, I knew they were it, man. I knew. But then I had to really see, because everybody else say, well, we're like this too. And all of them, every one of these other gurus, oh, well, we're like this too. Started with Tamal. Well, you got to go to me to get to Prabhupada. Block, 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 block each time. These beings are special, man. What's going on here is very special. And I'm not ashamed to declare it, because it is. It's true. Yeah. Very rare. Very rare deliverance. Can you imagine in one life you can get Goloka Vrindavan, and you guys are, many of you are manifesting these symptoms. Unbelievable. Not even Narayana. No, that's no way. No, impossible. Hey, man, everything's possible with Lord Chaitanya's real mercy come through a real associate. Yeah, everything. You know, look at the protection you get there. Huh? Isn't it amazing, the protection you get? There's proof that you're in the right place. So don't ever worry, you know, don't let these Vaitis convince you any other ways. You know, these guys, oh, you do, Borahari, he doesn't do this. Yeah, well, we do this. This is the most important thing, man. You get Krishna's protection, Radha's protection, Lord Chaitanya's protection, Parampara's protection, man. We're in line. Safety, true safety that the government can't give you, and these gurus in ISKCON can't give you. Even the protection Narayan Raj can't give you this protection. He doesn't give anybody this protection. You got to work your butt off to get protection. You got to follow this rule, that rule, everything. You know, like this. Oh, more than ISKCON actually. Oh boy, they strict. You know. But a lot of people can't follow. They go out and they end up smoking pot all day. You know, they just, it's too hard. It's like my ex-wife. She finally gave up. I can't do this in Radhakund. I all day long got to remember, you know, think about Radharani's arm, you know, like they give you all this kind of like program thing to do about, you know, you got to spend hours and you don't even have a feeling for it, but you got to do it anyway. It's so ridiculous. You just come here, you get the feeling, man. Krishna says, oh, you're coming to the where I'm really working. Oh, it's not hard for me to give you the feeling. You know, here, let me take this away, let me take that away, and let me give you this, more feeling for me.
The seed needs to be planted first.
Yeah, seed. Here,
needs to be planted first, otherwise you can meditate as long as you want. Nothing is working.
Yeah, nothing happened. This is what they don't know in these groups. They don't know about how important it is to get attraction first. And that's what Lord Chaitanya is teaching over and over again. The Lord says, this is Chaitanya Mangal, if Krishna does not arise in your heart, that's the bhakti bees you get from Guru. Krishna arises, he's born. You're born again. Okay? So, yeah, when Krishna arises, you start to feel that transcendental grace. See? If it doesn't arise, there's no purpose in doing austerities. See? Now, what is the meaning of that? The meaning is, go get this bhakti first and then do your austerities. See? Whatever, austerity could be just chant a few names, and now you're doing fruitful austerities, and the more you do, the better. But still, now it'll bear fruit. Otherwise, you're doing dry Hare Krishna. That's what I've seen in all these ISKCON, all Hare Krishna, all dry and empty. Still they don't understand this. But if they want a chance to understand, they come here and listen long enough, and they'll learn all these things. But that's why it shows you, if you don't have a desire to attain Krishna, you got to stay in that a year, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 2 lifetimes of dry worship until you're like, Lord, is there anything more? And then you're a little open to listening. See? If you're too full of the old thing and it didn't work before, and you can't take so much advantage here. Anyway, we're moving along. It's going. Yeah. So we read that. O Lord Krishna, O son of Maharaj Nanda, O companion of Srimati Radharani, the daughter of Maharaj Vishnu Bhanu, please be merciful to me. Now that I have finally attained your reddish lotus feet, please do not push me away, except for you who are my shelter. Oh, except for you, who is my shelter. See, and that's the chanting of these names and pastimes with devotion. See, that's the shelter. See, Lord Chaitanya said he would meet somebody on the road, and he'd say, okay, go to Vrindavan and continuously chant the holy name, and very soon you'll attain the shelter of Krishna. So the shelter is this taste, man. When you can have the taste for it, that's the shelter. Then that's your rule. Now you're governed by this love for God, love for Radha and Krishna. They're in their names. Now you feel them now. You feel their presence. That's all you need. Isn't that Shama-san true? All you need is that presence with you. And it makes everything, does everything. It's an all-in-one solution. People don't know this. They think it's the rules are the solution. No, this is the solution. This does everything. The companion, companions being, that's why, you want to be companions of real devotees who have real bhakti. Otherwise, what good is it? Doesn't do anything, doesn't give you anything. The only thing you can get is an ego stroke of, oh, look at me, I'm a teacher of these fools. People, they come. And one guy left here, so now he started to give Bhagavad Gita classes. Whoopie-doo. He's a big teacher of Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So anyway, people, some know, some learn. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Let's chant a little bit together here. You can put your microphones on if you want. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Jai Shri Radha,
Hare
Jai Shri
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Jai
Hare
Shri
Krishna, Hare
Radha, Srila
Krishna,
Gaura,
Krishna Krishna,
Radha,
Hare
Srila
Hare,
Gaura
Hare
Haridas,
Rama,
Jai Shri Radha,
Hare Krishna,
Srila Gaura
Krishna Krishna,
Haridas,
Hare
Jai
Rama,
Radha,
Hare Rama,
Srila Gaura
Rama Rama,
Haridas, Jai Shri Radha, Srila Gaura Haridas, Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora
Hare Krishna,
Haridas.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora Haridas. Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora Haridas. Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora Haridas. Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora Haridas.
Hare Krishna,
Jai
Hare
Shri
Krishna.
Radha Shri Lagora
Krishna, Krishna,
Haridas.
Hare
Jai Shri
Hare Rama,
Radha
Hare Rama,
Shri
Rama Hare
Lagora Haridas.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Jai Shri
Krishna, Krishna,
Radha
Hare
Shri
Hare Rama,
Lagora
Hare Rama, Hare
Haridas. Jai Shri Radha.
Hare Krishna,
Jai
Hare
Shri Radha. Jai Shri Radha. Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora
Hare
Haridas.
Krishna,
Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora Haridas. Jai
Hare
Shri
Krishna, Hare
Radha
Krishna,
Shri Lagora
Krishna,
Haridas.
Krishna, Hare
Jai Shri
Hare Rama,
Radha
Hare
Shri
Rama,
Lagora
Rama Rama,
Haridas.
Hare
Jai Shri
Hare Krishna, Hare
Radha Shri
Krishna.
Lagora Haridas. Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora
Krishna,
Haridas.
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Jai
Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shri
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare
Radha
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shri
Krishna, Krishna,
Lagora
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Haridas.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora
Hare Krishna.
Shri Radha Shri Lagora Shri
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Jai
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna,
Radha Shri Lagora
Hare Rama, Hare
Haridas.
Rama, Rama,
Jai Shri
Hare
Radha
Krishna,
Shri
Hare Krishna,
Lagora
Krishna, Krishna,
Haridas. Jai Shri
Hare Rama,
Radha
Hare
Shri Lagora
Hare
Haridas.
Krishna, Krishna,
Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora Haridas.
Hare Rama, Hare
Jai
Rama,
Shri Radha Shri
Rama Rama,
Lagora
Hare
Haridas.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Jai
Krishna, Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Radha Shri
Rama,
Lagora
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Haridas.
Rama Rama, Rama,
Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora
Rama,
Haridas.
Krishna,
Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora Haridas.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Jai Shri Radha Shri
Rama,
Lagora
Hare
Haridas.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Jai
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna,
Radha Shri
Rama,
Lagora
Rama, Hare
Haridas.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Jai
Krishna,
Shri
Hare Hare, Rama,
Radha
Rama,
Shri
Rama,
Lagora
Rama, Hare
Haridas.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Jai Shri Radha Shri
Krishna,
Lagora
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Haridas.
Rama
Jai
Rama
Shri
Hari Hari
Radha Shri Lagora
Hari
Haridas.
Krishna
Jai Shri
Krishna Krishna Hari
Radha
Hari
Shri
Hari Rama
Lagora
Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Haridas.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Jai
Krishna
Shri
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Radha.
Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari Oh my
Jai
Lord
Shri
Jesus
Radha
Hari
Radha
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Lagora
Krishna
Haridas.
Hari Hari
Jai Shri
Hari Rama Hari
Haridas.
Rama Rama
Shri
Rama
Haridas.
Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Jai
Krishna
Haridas.
Oh Krishna
Jai
Krishna Hari Hari
Haridas.
Hari Rama Hari
Jai
Rama 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 Hari
Radha
Hari Hari Krishna Hari Krishna
Gora
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Haridas.
Hari
Gora
Rama Hari Rama
Haridas. Gora Haridas. Jai Shri Radha Shri Lagora Haridas. Jai
Hare
Shri
Krishna, Hare
Radha
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Shri
Hare Hare,
Lagora
Hare Rama, Hare
Haridas.
Rama, Rama
Jai
Rama,
Shri
Hare Hare,
Radha Shri
Hare
Lagora
Krishna,
Haridas. Jai Shri Radha.
Hare Rama, Hare
Shila
Rama.
Gaura Haridas. Jai
Hare
Shri
Krishna, Hare
Radha.
Krishna.
Shila Gaura
Krishna Krishna,
Haridas.
Hare Hare, Hare
Jai Shri
Rama,
Radha.
Rama,
Shila
Hare Hare, Hare
Gaura
Krishna, Hare
Haridas.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Jai
Hare
Shri
Hare, Hare
Radha.
Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama. Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama.
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Jai
Hare
Shri
Hare, Hare
Radha.
Rama, Hare
Shila
Rama.
Gaura.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Shri
Krishna. Oh my Lord Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Jai
Rama,
Shri
Rama
Radha.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Jai
Krishna,
Shri Radha.
Krishna Krishna,
Jai
Hare
Shri
Hare, Hare
Radha.
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Shri
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Jai
Hare
Shri
Krishna, Hare
Radha.
Krishna, Krishna.
Jai Shri Radha. Gaura Haridas. Shri Radha. Shri
Krishna
Radha.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Shri
Hare Hare,
Radha.
Rama
Shri
Rama Rama,
Radha.
Hare Hare, Hare
Shri
Krishna, Hare
Radha
Krishna.
Rani. Shri Radha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Shri
Hare,
Advaita
Hare
Gadadhara.
Rama Rama, Hare
Shivasadi
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Gaura
Hare
Bhakta
Krishna,
Vrinda.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Shri
Hare,
Krishna Chaitanya
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Prabhu Nityananda.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Shri
Hare Rama,
Advaita
Hare Rama,
Gadadhara.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Shivasadi
Hare Krishna,
Gaura
Krishna
Bhakta
Krishna,
Vrinda.
Hare Hare, Hare
Shri
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Chaitanya
Hare Krishna, Hare
Prabhu
Krishna, Krishna
Nityananda.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Shivasadi
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama.
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama. Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna. Ah, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Rama,
Rama,
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Oh, my Lord Shri Krishna, oh, my Lord Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya.
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna. Oh, my wonderful Lord. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Gaura Harida, Krishna,
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Radha,
Chaitanya,
Gaura
Shri
Haridas, Krishna, Krishna, Radha Rani, Gaura Haridas, Krishna, Krishna, Radha, Gaura Haridas, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Radha,
Chaitanya. Oh,
Rama,
my
Rama,
Lord,
Gaura
Krishna
Haridas,
Chaitanya,
Hare
oh, my
Krishna, Hare
Lord,
Krishna,
Sri Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Ah,
Hare,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Oh, my Lord, Sri
Gaura
Krishna
Haridas,
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
respectful of places.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh, my Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, oh, my Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord, Sri Oh Krishna, oh my Lord. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, oh my Lord Sri Krishna, oh my Lord Sri Krishna, oh my Lord. Oh my
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. What a precious treasure this holy name is. Wow. Lita goes, yeah. Wow. I think I got Lolita's blessing today. Today I got a little drop of a taste of chanting Hare Krishna. Thank you, Lolita. Thank you for your blessing. It's so great. Yeah. Wow. So nice to chant. And chant with eagerness, this eagerness to taste it, because your life and soul is like, yeah. Chapter 7 of Prahlad's preaching now. He's preaching to the demons. Prahlad continued, "My dear friends, if you can place your faith in my words, simply by that faith you will also understand transcendental knowledge." And that's how it is, real transcendental knowledge. You got to hear from the real devotees, and then you can get it. Yeah, faith in their words. Yeah, and so yeah, that's why the witnesses are so important, actually. Yeah, just like me, although you are small children. See, it doesn't matter if you're a small child. Just see how it is. It's not about how advanced you are. Are you just willing to listen to the devotees, okay, that are empowered? Then you can understand what they understand. That means you'll get to go back. You'll get the understanding to go back to Godhead like they did, like Bhagavad Gita 10:10. See, just like you get to understand these things, these very confidential things. Otherwise, no one can know. See, even if you're a small child, see, that means you don't have to be any big thunderbolt sannyasi. See, these are the essential conclusions that they're not taught in these groups. They're all about, you got to be a big sannyasi and, all external stuff. Not that you got to meet an empowered devotee with real bhakti, real devotion, and have faith in their words. Faith isn't blind either. You come here. Haven't we been preaching for 4 years? People can come for a week or 2 or 3, 4, and see if these words are not worthy for faith. Okay, because then if they are, if you conclude that and you listen with faith, you will get the result that I have. I know my way back to Godhead because of this kind of worship. See, and you will know also. This is the disciplic line. This is otherwise. That's what Jesus said when he said, "Only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father." See, and the Son can reveal the Father to whom he chooses. See, that's conclusive. It's pretty simple. See, Prahlad's saying the same thing, isn't he? See, that's why people say, "Oh, it's only Jesus." No, it's Prahlad also, or any living devotee who preaches to you that is actually empowered by that same Lord Jesus was empowered, and Prabhupada was empowered with, and Bhakti Siddhanta, and all real gurus. That's the thing I'm trying to help the world get really, really clear about this. Otherwise, they stay in idolatry, idol worship, idling away their time. Yeah, say, or they just stay at a certain level. Oh, it's only Jesus. Oh, it's only Prabhupada. Oh, it's only Narayan Raj. You come here, you'll know who it really is and who it isn't. You'll be able to ascertain by symptoms who actually has the experience that I'm reading in the book, who causes the experiences that I'm reading in this sacred holy text. Isn't that really what it's about? Like that kind of stuff. Okay. See, when you chant the holy name like this with this ecstasy, you get all these seemingly uncommon conclusions. See, and they all just happen to fit right in with the scriptures as they are. And none of these gurus I've seen even talked about them. See? So therefore, that's why I remain doubtful about them being the real associates of Lord Chaitanya. See? And doubly doubtful when I don't see any expressions. There's no, oh, well, we don't do this. And then they present the realizations, which to me are not up to the standard. To me, I feel this is the real standard, and I present it before you. You check it in the book if this is the real standard. You see, just what I said about Prahlad Maharaj, you can check in there, look really closely. See if does that make sense, how it applies to Jesus and to Prabhupada and to any empowered devotee. And the further subtler teaching that it depends on the message they give you, because Moses and Jesus, they, even Moses said, God will raise up a prophet like me, Jesus Christ. Okay? But Moses gave something different than Jesus. So see how important the message is too? Who knows this? Nobody knows this. These details. See, these are by the blessings of our Sampradaya now. And the mercy of Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. See, that we can teach these things that nobody understands clearly. See, all these things. You come to this class, you'll learn more of this than 40 years with even Narayan Raj. Proof is you come here and listen really carefully and you'll see. Or with these current gurus. Or with even Prabhupada, because he didn't preach this. See, he was qualified. He put it in the books, waiting for the right time. And then you see, it comes through the order. It comes through the Krishna and the inspiration and the qualification to be there. You need an ecstatic devotee. Otherwise, the Lord can't use a non-ecstatic devotee to preach what we're preaching. See how that works? You got to be actually already ecstatic. See, like one devotee, it was saying, Prabhupada empowered you. Well, not exactly like that. He confirmed it. The empowerment was already there. It has to be there. If it's not there, then you can't preach this. You can't even understand these things. No, he confirmed it. He even said, what you're doing has my approval. Confirming, like you're not just a loose cannon out there. Going out there and crying and laughing and waking up love of God in people. Like a loose cannon, you have my authority. You have the authority of the parampara, which I work by here. Confirming that it was right. It just happened spontaneously. People coming, they're just getting ecstatic devotion, spontaneously. And he confirmed it. Isn't that nice to have a confirmation like that? And then Krishna confirming, if anybody else comes here, they'll get darshan. He'll get his darshan. Like the lady who's only there a week and she got darshan of Krishna. So, yeah, that's how it works, man. Faith in the words of a real devotee, and that's the essence. That's Guru Tattva, man. And if you don't understand this clearly, you won't get this ultimate result, because it's the door to this kind of bhakti. You got to understand, you got to be a qualified devotee with love of God. And you also have to get the order, what do you call the confirmation and the direction to share this. Otherwise you'll preach something else. Maybe you preach Vaidhi principles because you see people don't, and then the Lord will give you that order, or the Guru will give you that order. Yeah, and then whatever they hear is what they'll follow. See, if you hear Vaidhi teaching, they follow Vaidhi teachings. If you hear these teachings, what are these? Raghunuga. These lead very quickly to spontaneous devotion awakening, because that becomes the reality is what the word is preaching. What am I preaching? What am I talking about? What am I demonstrating? See, all in alignment with spontaneous devotion. See, so that's what appears here. This reality. So at what point you know that you are empowered?
Your ecstasy.
Yeah, the ecstasy is the empowerment. You get the revelation and realizations. See, but still, like Nityananda had that. He had the empowerment, but he didn't share it. And then he got the order from Lord Chaitanya. Come on now. He said, come on, be a little more wild.
And you feel pushed by the Lord.
Yeah, you got to be encouraged to bring this out. Yeah, people will not. Just like with Jesus. Wasn't he encouraged by God? Didn't he get all these revelations and realization? The Lord says, yeah, this is my beloved son, who I'm well pleased. Listen to him now.
I
Yeah.
see this on when I go on Harinam now, all alone.
Uh-huh.
I feel the difference between now and when I went with the Vaidis 4 years ago. I really feel empowered. I do it all alone. Even there was aggression in the street a few days ago.
Uh-huh.
I kept on going.
You could deal with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
A Muslim took my mic and started to chant Muslim words, and
Oh.
I just took it back and I continued with a smile on my face.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was not alone. There were several men,
Oh,
really
yeah,
with
yeah,
black beards,
yeah, yeah,
the real man,
yeah,
the
yeah.
real man.
When I see some of those, they're ready to grab it, I just give it to them. I go, here, let them out.
I did,
They're
I did.
happy.
I saw him.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
said,
Yeah,
okay,
there you
here.
go. There you go. Then they're a little happy. They go,
But you can see it on one of my videos. He was aggressive, you know.
aggressive. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
some of them. Yeah, yeah,
But I took it back. And,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Took
I
it
really
out.
felt protected and empowered, and nothing
Yeah,
could hurt me.
yeah. That's it, man. That's spiritual protection. That's
Yeah,
what it's all about, man. That's
yeah.
what people get here. Yeah. Although you are small children, similarly, a woman can also understand transcendental knowledge and know what is spirit and what is matter. See, transcendental knowledge is like that, the highest truth distinguished from illusion. See, that's guru. If you're not like that, that means you have to distinguish it yourself what is the highest truth. See, that's why, again, you got to be a real experienced devotee and very rare to experience Goloka. Come on, man. You know, how many people experience that? And then you can, you know, preach it in this world and you'll distinguish it from illusion. See? Otherwise, people don't know. If you don't, you know, it's like this is the problem in Vaishnavism. Nobody has distinguished out what is spirit. See, what is ecstatic devotion? People don't see it. They don't praise it enough because you don't see it. We have too that same protection from the Lord. Yeah, it's amazing feeling. Yeah, it is. It's really nice. Yeah. Hmm. Actually, yeah, you know, I started a little early, and I think I'll take a few Z's and come back. Well, yeah, you guys can take a little break and also or go on if you want. It's at 4:30 now, so yeah, I'll come back at 6:30. I'll take a little 6:30 something like that. Probably 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
And how long?
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's 4:30, 5:30, 1 hour and a half.
Okay, okay. Yeah, sleep well.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'll rest a little bit. I got up like 1 o'clock. Listen to your class. You're just coming on. Yeah. Okay, Haribo. I forgot to end the thing. I just went off.